beaders, it's Gina from Orchid and Opal.com, and I'm sitting here with my August 2019 BeadCrate. It finally arrived. There was a problem on the post office's end with the shipping, and my box took a little vacation to Puerto Rico. So I've been following its little journey for the past few days, and finally made its way up the East Coast from Florida after that, and now it's in my hands. So got quite the traveling box here today. So real quick, for those who don't know, BeadCrate is a bead and jewelry making supply monthly subscription box. They include mostly very high-end check glass specialty beads, and there are two different options. This right here is the collector's box, which is the larger of the two options. It's as low as $31 per month depending on how long you sign up for. I will leave the link to their website down below so you can check out the different options for yourself. You can also do a one-time box if you want to just try it out and see if it's right for you. And every month they work around a theme. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. Alright, so we have our note in here, and then all of our lovely beads are in this package. So let's take a little quick peek at this and see what our theme is, what our note says. It says, the grass is always greener on the other side, but not when it comes to this month's box. Olive, olivine, emerald, teal, dark peridot, prairie green, and the list goes on. So many greens and so little time. So as you can see, our theme is centering around green this month. Our theme is called The Grass is Greener, and this is a look at all of our content. So I'll leave this here for just a moment in case you want to refer back to it for any reason. But like I always say, I'm happy with how everything is so organized. You know exactly what you're getting. Everything's labeled. So that makes it easy if you need to seek out more of something in the future, if you need more of something for a project. One last little thing I'll note about this is you can see the little asterisks, and that is because for certain items they are collector exclusives, meaning that these are only in that larger box, the one I'm unboxing today, but everything else would be included in that smaller enthusiast version. Also, these have one little asterisk, and that means that they are collector's amounts, so the collector would get more than the enthusiast. So now that we have a little bit of an idea of what we're getting into, let's go ahead and look at everything in the contents of this bag one by one. Alright, so first up we have selection A, and this bag contains 10mm olivine snake fire polish rounds, and there's 4 beads in here. So let's take a close look at these. They look so interesting. There is a close-up look on that. These are so fun. Not the typical fire polish beads you see every day. That snake pattern is really cool. It's like the beads are mostly olive green, and then along the ridges of the facets you can see that there's black peeking out, which makes these look like the texture of scales. So I can see why they're called snake fire polish. Alright, next is selection B, and this bag contains 15 by 15 table cut opaque Avo green Picasso beads. There's 5 in here. And I love a good table cut bead. It just really gives such a nice pop of color there on either side. And there is a look at what the side looks like. It looks like stone there. Gotta love those special finishes. I like how they're irregular. They're not just round. These are specialty beads, you guys. And I just want to reiterate that again. This is not a budget box, so please do not compare this to one of those other guys. This is like comparing apples and oranges. Alright, moving on, we have selection C, and this contains grass critters mix, turtles, frogs, and ladybugs. How adorable. Let's see what we have in here. I saw little pops of red, which stood out to me immediately. I saw little ladybugs. Oh my goodness, you guys, these are so cute. This is exactly what I'm talking about, specialty beads. So know what you're getting into if you sign up for BeadCrate. If you are really into check glass and fun shapes and finishes, this would be more of a box geared for you. So look at our little frogs there. Those are so adorable. We've got our little pops of red there with the ladybugs, and then these little turtle guys. That's adorable. And they're not just flat in color. You can see that they have that lighter tone inside the frog, and then this one is very interesting with the striations of the lighter green going against the darker green background. Alright, next up is selection D, and this is a strand of 3mm saturated metallic Arcadia fire polish beads. There's 50 on the strand. I absolutely adore this color. This is probably one of my favorite shades of green right here. Looks like it is more of a bluish green, and as you can see, it is metallic. It's always fun to get different colors in the metallics, so I'm happy to add that to my collection. You will typically get different sizes of fire polish in this box. All right, next up we have Selection E, and this contains 3mm olive rounds. There's 100 beads on the strand. So these are your check glass druck beads. This is quite a long strand, so it will go a nice long way. These are little bitty rounds in a nice juicy green apple type of color. I love that we're getting all different shades of green. And by the way, the themes are different each month, so if this particular theme is not your favorite for some reason, check back on my playlist because you will see that they change up drastically every single month, and they really do a great job at putting these boxes together. Next up is Selection F, and this contains 2mm saturated metallic martini olive fire polish rounds, and there's 50 pieces in here. I've actually been needing some more 2mm. These are teeny tiny, and look at the metallic. Those are so beautiful. This is a very rich forest green, and I'm excited to have this because I was reaching for some 2mm fire polish, and I had next to nothing to pull from, so. And then next we have Selection G. This contains a 4mm strand of metallic suede leafy green fire polish beads. So we have yet another size of fire polish, and I'm loving that it is another metallic. I can't get enough of them. Especially when they say suede, you can kind of get an idea as I move them around under the light and have more of an understanding of what that suede finish is. It's a little bit hard to explain, but you know, like the fabric suede, it kind of has a brushed look to it, so those have a similar texture, but it's very subtle. Next up we have Selection H, and this is a tube of Toho 11O transparent rainbow grass green Japanese seed beads. We always get a container of Toho high-end Japanese seed beads, another gorgeous shade to add to the collection. You can see these are a beautiful medium green with an AB finish, and 11Os are so versatile. So nice you get an entire tube included with your subscription. This theme is making me want to get outside, which is probably a good thing. I need to do that. All right, next up is Selection I. This contains 6mm green tortoise rounds. There's 25 beads in here, so it looks like some more fire polish. And look how cool these are. So again, something specialty and different. These have the tortoise shell look to them. You can see that there's different patches of brown running through the light green glass, and they're very sparkly and glossy. I don't have anything like this either. These are so fun and different. All right, our next bag is J, and this contains 6mm prairie green fire polish beads. So yet another fire polish strand. I actually really like getting the 6mm as well as the 2mm just because I get a lot of 3 and 4 already. So it's nice to add these different sizes to my collection. And I just picked up this other tortoiseshell strand because it's also the 6mm size, and I could just see some kind of bead weaving incorporating the two together. When you layer different shades of a color, it really deepens the dimension of a design, in my opinion. So I don't know, I think those could look really cool together, even though they're two different tones, depending on what you pair them with. All right, next up is Selection K, and this contains 9x6mm green or olivine AB teardrops. 25 in here. It looks like I got the olivine. Here is a close-up look at those. We can see it is a medium green that definitely leans more olive, and then on half the bead it has the AB finish, which gives it a little bit of a rainbow effect. Then Selection L. These are 6x6mm emerald green bicones, and there are 50 in here. Definitely had to include some emerald green in the box. Look how juicy those look. I love the check glass bicones. They are not as, say, the Swarovski or Chinese crystal bicones. These are rounded and smooth, so they're just something different and another fun specialty shape. All right, next up we have a Selection M, and this is a pack of size 10 colorized black beading needles by Beadsmith. There are 6 needles in here. So handy, can always use more of these. Every once in a while you'll see something like this come in your bead crate. You get some kind of interesting stringing material or finding something like this. It's always a nice little surprise, and the fact that these are black on the top there, it should make them a little bit easier to see. Next up, we'll take a look at Selection N, and this contains 6x5mm Leicester Emerald Fire Polish beads. These are absolutely stunning. I don't know if the camera's really doing it justice, but these are so metallic. When the light hits them, they are so sparkly. They look like they have a mirror finish. Absolutely beautiful. And then if you look closely at the shape, you can see why they are called rosebuds. There is a look at the top of the bead so you can kind of get an idea of its shape a little bit better, and then the side there as well. Beautiful. Next up we have and this contains 12 by 8 millimeter emerald vintage style check glass leaves. There's 25 pieces in here, so of course we need some leaves in our Grass is Greener collection. And you get quite a handful here. This is another one of the collector's exclusive items. So was that last rosebud strand and everything I'm showing you after this. These are all collector's box exclusive items, so you'd have to be subscribed to the larger box to get these. So you can see that we have another gorgeous emerald green strand, and then if you look up close on the leaves, you can see the etched detail on those. And these are vintage style. They're different than the leaves I have in my collection, and I have quite a few leaves. Believe me, I love check glass leaves. Next up is Selection P, and this contains 6 millimeter olivine 2-hole tile beads. There's 25 of these. So much fun to use these in bead weaving. Another juicy green. I'm going to call that green apple. Look how glossy these are, and the 2 holes just running straight through those check glass tiles. And I have a tutorial using these. I'll try to link that in the corner if you have not seen it and want to check that out. Selection Q contains 6 millimeter teal antique style triangles. These are stunning. Just wow, how gorgeous are those? You can see how on 3 of the sides of the beads there is this like little table cut window with beautiful teal glass that lets the light through, and then around the rounded edges of that you have that special stone-like finish. These are really like a little work of art. What a gorgeous strand. One of my favorites from this box for sure. And then finally we're on Selection R. It's always bittersweet to get to the last one because BeadCrate is so much fun to open. It contains 7 by 5 millimeter dark peridot fire polished teardrops. There's 25 in there. And here is a close-up look on those. So sparkly. You can see all the beautiful facets on these little teardrops. So elegant. Really captures the light and will be beautiful paired with different shades of green. Alright, so that's it, you guys, for the August 2019 BeadCrate The Grass is Greener collection. I think they did an awesome job once again. I've been subscribed to this box for over a year, probably about a year and a half now, so I do have a lot of past unboxings if you want to check those out, like I've mentioned, and the themes are totally different each time. We have not had an all green box before. We did have an all purple box, which was absolutely beautiful. A lot of times the colors are switched up and you get multiple colors in a box. Even if you don't consider green your favorite color, I'm sure you'd still get a lot of enjoyment out of working with these, and a lot of times we make things to sell and to give to other people. I love all the different shades and tones that are in here. It's not just one flat color. There's a lot of coordinating things in here that are going to work well together, and pulling in other colors from your own stash. That's really what it's all about. So once again, I highly recommend this box. I'm not paid to tell you that I love the box or anything like that. This is my honest opinion. And once again, don't compare this to a bargain box. These are high-end check glass beads, specialty beads. Look at all the different shapes and finishes you get here month after month. So if you're into this sort of thing, you really appreciate these specialty beads and the thought that's put into this. If it inspires you, then maybe you'll want to try it out for yourself. But that is totally up to you, and that's why I do these unboxings, just so you get an idea of what's inside and you can make that decision for yourself to determine if this box is right for you and if it works with your beading style and your budget. So I hope this unboxing was enjoyable and helpful for you. Feel free to leave me a comment or a question down below. I'm just loving these little guys up here. They are so cute. And I hope you'll stick around with me for much, much more. As with all my unboxings, I will come back and share with you guys some finished pieces as soon as I'm able to do that. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching.